welcome to the third and final part of my rebuild video of my Tamiya Aero Avante on the DF-02 chassis. Today we'll be finishing it all off, hopefully, so let's get straight into it. Once the spur gear cover's on, we can move on to the lower wishbones, as I call them, or rear arms as Tamiya called them. So it just simply slips over like that, and we can tip it over and it's just a case of mounting the rear bumper in position and 3 screws to fix it in place. The front lower arms are the same, basically with the U-bolt through it, with a slight difference of the front bumper is held on by 4 screws, 2 ordinary ones and 2 countersink ones at the rear. And then once we've done that, the next few steps are basically installing the output drives, and they just simply push in. You may need to twist them round until they slot in, like that, and we're ready to continue with the build. And we can now install the rear axle and carrier, and we've got a bearing and an axle, and we need the dog bone at some point. We don't quite need it quite yet, but I'll stick it in place. Slide one of these screw pins, I think they call them. As I've got the hop up, I can just pop the turnbuckle on, and there we have the rear drivetrain installed, and we can then move on to the front. The front is slightly different because obviously we've got the steering, but we start off the same way. We get a 1150 bearing in this case onto the drive axle, pop it through the steering hub. Then we need 2 of these king pins, as I call them. And there we go, we've got the suspension sorted, or the drivetrain sorted, both front and back. Right, we're now ready to fit the steering, and as you can see it's already made up because it cleaned up pretty well without me taking it to pieces too much, so I think we'll just get on with it. And for this we need a washer and one of these rather long, what do they call them, step screws. So can be a bit tricky, I think. The washer goes inside there. And we can just tighten all that up, and again I've got these posh fancy turnbuckles, so they just snap in place. And there we have the steering. we're now ready to install the shocks, and as you can see I've got an upgrade, which are the Tamiya aluminium CVAs for this kit, but also because I've got the upgraded damper stay made of aluminium, we've got different mount points and things, and it's really just a case of screwing it all together. And again, not too tight because it's the flexible plastic. And there we have the rear shocks installed. And it's basically the same for the front, only for the front I've managed to use the original ball joints, so we'll get them on. We're now getting close. I've just got to install the steering servo and the ESC that's already connected to it, which will simply sit there, somewhere around about there, and be screwed with 2 countersunk screws to the bottom. So we'll sort that out in a bit. And yes, fortunately I got the battery holder posts out, so they can just slip in to there and there, and again another couple of countersink screws to hold them in. And then we've got the rear body post there. And then there should just be one more thing here, which is the aerial holder, which I will put on, but not just yet, because I've got to feed the aerial wire through, and that'll finish that part, and then we just need to add the wheels. Right, so we've just got a couple of things left to do. Can't remember if I've told you, but I did manage to get the battery posts out and stuck back in, and we've also now got the body posts front and rear on, the wibbly wobbly holder, all the electronics installed, some of the wheels on, and I've already put the bearings in, put the 10mm bar through, and put these locking 12mm hexes on. So we just need to pop the wheel on, do them up, and then stick the body on. So we'll be back shortly. And with the body shell back on and the bespoke aluminium rear wing that's been on there for quite a few years now, and got quite bent over the years, we have one rebuilt Tamiya Aero Avante on the DF-02 chassis, all ready for its next run, but hopefully a bit stronger, and hopefully the lower wishbones won't break off this time, but we shall see. So with that, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.